What's up, everyone? You're tuning into Goal Radio, and I'm Gus.
Okay, Walsh, what's going on, guys?
How's it going, Walsh?
Doing good, man. Getting off to this is always a good way to start my Wednesdays. Don't have class till 6 at night, so this kind of forces me to get up and be active and contribute to society.
Awesome. Well, anyways, guys, we got a good show. It's always a good show. I'm not gonna lie. Every show's a good show. Why not?
Go ahead, toot the horn.
Yeah. But yeah, we're gonna start it off. As always, players. But this time we're gonna start off with something a little different. We're gonna start it off with a man who is known for being one of the greatest. Well, not one of the greatest, but one of the great managers that is managing game soccer right now. It's Jurgen Klopp. For those who don't know, Jurgen Klopp used to manage Borussia Dortmund in the German Bundesliga. Quit, I think, about a year ago, something like that, Walsh?
Right? Yeah, it was after. If it was not like this current season that finished, but it was
before that. Yeah. But yeah, anyway, he I think it was like probably last week or so. He actually signed with Liverpool now in the BPL, and I think that's pretty exciting because he took some time off, saying he wanted to take some time off. And I guess he did. He took his time off, and now he's the new manager for Liverpool, which I think is I think they need it, especially Liverpool. They just, after losing Gerrard, Suarez, and who else did they lose?
Well, Sterling as well.
Sterling, yeah. I think bringing Jurgen Klopp in was probably a smart move because being Jurgen Klopp, and you see how he worked with Borussia Dortmund. He was a good manager. He knew what he was doing. He knew how to win.
Yeah, I mean, definitely a good signing for Liverpool for sure. Jurgen Klopp, when he was at Dortmund, even before that, extremely successful in the Bundesliga, won Manager of the Year twice. And you saw that he definitely was able to constantly compete in the Bundesliga when normally that's really tough to do with the teams that Bayern puts out game after game after game. You see the form Lewandowski and stuff like that. But he took his time off, and I do think that Liverpool kind of could use a change. You mentioned the number of players that they lost. They still have some good players there. Coutinho, I think, is an extremely gifted player. The talks linking him with Barcelona just show how good of a player he is. But he seems like he's going to give Klopp a fair chance, pretty much from now until that January transfer window. Daniel Sturridge, I know he recently had a very good game. I believe he had a brace. So if Sturridge can get back to some of that dominant form where he really shined next to Suarez, if he can find that again, that I know would be really big, for Klopp and moving this team forward. And I think that he's going to help those players, and they can help him. And obviously, a lot of the times, people always say, what can you do in the BPL? It's because it's just the most popular league in the world. And I think it'll be really interesting to see. He's an exciting manager, a lot of personality. He's even himself is entertaining just being on the sideline. So I think it's awesome.
Yeah, for sure. And going off that, he is a great manager to work with. Now that he's in a different league, he could probably with his relationships with players and all that. He could probably bring in more good players now to Liverpool that they actually need, because like you said, he's just exciting to be, just to be with. He is a good manager. He is exciting to watch, even on the sideline. He's hilarious. When they dominate a game, he'll show his reaction to everything, and just like, in my opinion, it kind of is like Van Gaal when he moved to Manchester. He brought in all these players. They what was I gonna say? They knew about Van Gaal's status and all that, about manager wise, and there's some players that wanted to come play for him, and now that Jurgen Klopp is at Liverpool, maybe like I said, with his connectivities and his relationship with players, he could probably bring in now all the players that that Liverpool need to strengthen the team.
Yeah, I definitely think that that's a good point too. Because he definitely seemed like a player's manager. They did seem to enjoy playing for him. Off the top of my head, there are 3 players on Dortmund who are constantly linked into various clubs in the transfer window. Matt's almost always linked to United, but then again, everyone's always linked to United.
No, yeah, for
so
sure.
you never know how much truth there is to that. But he maybe could be interested in making a BPL move. Ike Hundahan. A lot of people. I'm trying to get the pronunciation right. So I know, trying to stretch that.
If you know Dortmund, they have a lot of players that just have
yeah
insanely hard names to pronounce. But yeah.
But I believe that is another player who people that were reporting could have been on the move during the summer.
Right.
Maybe if Liverpool is off to a good start, maybe that could link him. And then Marco Reus, the big player, the world class talent.
Oh yeah.
A lot of links to him to Real Madrid constantly.
Yeah.
But maybe again, if Jurgen Klopp can put something together, from October up until the end of December, and then starting January, maybe he can convince one of those guys, 2 of those guys, you never know, along with some other players to come on over.
No, yeah, for sure. And we'll just see when when the transfer window opens up again. But yeah, good luck to Jurgen Klopp in Liverpool. Next story we got. As you said, you just mentioned Real Madrid just not too long ago. We do have like a transfer rumor. We have Ronaldo, their main star. He could possibly make a move to Orlando City in the MLS.
Yeah, Ronaldo is really getting himself involved in some serious rumors constantly. The Man U ones are swirling, and then the MLS ones are heavy in regards to him going to NYCFC, Orlando, or if David Beckham puts together that team that he's constantly talking about. And then recently, I received an update on my phone that Ronaldo was kind of saying maybe he wants to finish his career at Madrid. So a lot of different things coming out, and obviously with Ronaldo being one of the best players in the world, no matter who you are, you obviously rate Ronaldo. People are they're going to buy into it. They're going to try to talk about it as much as possible, trying to figure out where this great player is going to land. And he doesn't shy away from the spotlight at all. He'll talk about transfers and certain different things. I remember it was a little bit ago he made his return to Old Trafford when he played against United. And he was like, "Oh yeah, I miss it here a lot," and he's just honest with it. He's not really going to sugarcoat things. Do I think Orlando City is the move? No, I really think that it's going to be Beckham's team. That's really the one I would expect from for Ronaldo, to be honest. But if that team doesn't come together and if he wants to make the MLS move sooner, then I do think it will be one of the 2 expansion teams that we just saw, whether it be NYCFC or Orlando City.
Yeah, for sure. And as you said about Beckham, and as everyone know, Beckham's one of the legends at Manchester. Ronaldo also played for Manchester United. If Beckham does, pursue this new team, this Miami team, who knows? They could probably, make an agreement on that. I wouldn't doubt that because, they both play for Manchester. They both played under Sir Alex Ferguson. So, there could possibly be a thing going on there. But, yeah, if he does want to make his, that move to the MLS, sooner, then, yeah, possibly he could be NYCFC, Orlando City, or it could be LAFC or Atlanta FC
or
too.
Miami FC, whatever he's gonna call it, right? Beckham,
yeah, something like that. Yeah, but hey, just a lot of rumors going on. We just got to see, once his contract expires, we got to see where he goes. But yeah, on to the next thing. So, as you know, I think a couple weeks back we talked about, I think, Ronaldo having a movie or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so another player, great player, actually, when he heard that Ronaldo was having a movie, I think he wanted to make a movie of his own. I'm not surprised. The man is Zlatan Ibrahimovic. And for those people who know, Zlatan, he's got a massive ego. I think it's more massive than Ronaldo.
Possibly.
Yeah.
That's right. They're right there with each other in regards to that.
For sure, honestly. So Zlatan, I think once he heard or saw that Ronaldo was making a movie, I think he said that he wanted to make a movie of his own too. Like I said, not surprised. The man has like probably the biggest ego out there. It's just insane. If you were to watch some of his interviews, he pretty much talks about himself a lot, and probably like in third person too, which is it's just weird.
Yeah, so I wonder if it's an ego, if he just kind of likes to mess around. You can't really get it like an exact feel when it comes to him, but cool. If it's in English, I'll watch it. In all honesty, I think Ibra's hilarious.
Yeah.
He's one of the greatest players in the world right now, and I think it would be an enjoyable film. If in all honesty, the Ronaldo movie has me intrigued. I would like to watch that one. So if Ibra's movie is hitting shelves or the theaters anytime soon, count me in.
No, yeah, for sure. Even for me too, because for some who don't know, or if you do know, Ibrahimovic has been played for many, many teams throughout his career.
A lot of clubs.
Like, it's honestly, you just don't even know if he'll ever be loyal to one team in his entire life. But he's played for so many clubs. It's just insane on how many clubs
he did recently, though, become the all-time leading scorer at PSG, which I don't know if that says more about PSG or Ibra because he hasn't been there very long. But I will say two things. One, I think the Ibra movie will be awesome. I just because you meant go watch his interviews. They're so like hilarious in my opinion. The second thing though about Zlatan Ibrahimovic is he going to be on the move again too, which is something to to keep lookout for. And I wonder how intrigued he is about making this move, and if that, I don't know. I just don't understand how he quickly decides to do a movie, if it's in shooting or what he's doing, but Ibrahimovic.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Classic Ibra.
And if he even does a movie, it's going to be interesting to see who he wants to play him, or if he'll play himself. I think that would be pretty fun if he plays himself, because, I mean, it's Zlatan. I mean, there's only one Zlatan. But, yeah, I think it's going to be hilarious. And it's going to be cool to see, like, from his first professional team and then, just progressing to all these other teams. I want to, hopefully if he does make the movie, he gives us the reason why he wants to, other than, he wants a new challenge and all that. There's got to be something else within that.
It's with some of these guys too, and, it's more reason to get money, because I'm going to watch it. I'm sure you would. If I do hope I hope there is an English version, though. I'm sure he'll be speaking Swedish. Maybe the majority. Is Swedish a language?
Swedish? I don't know, probably.
I would assume so. I hope I don't sound real stupid for that.
It's all right.
That's going to end up putting in the goal radio intro if we redo it.
Swedish language. Anyways. But yeah, I hope he makes a movie. But anyways, let's move on to the last thing. Big talk, another transfer rumor. Sergio Aguero to PSG. Now, what I think of that, I don't know, man. I just feel like PSG is just all about... I feel like PSG is like Manchester United also, in a way. I don't mean to bash Manchester United, but they just buy players. Like, they just buying the players that they really don't need because their team's already stacked and whatnot. Mm-hmm. But I don't know. I don't know if this move to PSG would be great for Sergio Aguero, because, I mean, he's doing pretty good where he's at. So, what I think... there's a couple things here that intrigued me when I saw this rumor starting to swirl. One, I'm pretty sure that this would guarantee Ibra's on the move. They're not going to play Cavani, Ibra, and Aguero all at once, and they're not bringing any of them off the bench. So that definitely to me confirms that Ibra's on the move. Whether he's making that Orlando City move or back to Milan or anywhere, maybe comes to the BPL for the first time. You never know, because it's crazy how he's been at all those different teams but never made the BPL move or the MLS move.
Yeah, well, I mean, but I'm saying in regards, because the MLS move is kind of like when people do at the end of their career. Gotcha. But I'm saying for someone of Ibra's stature who has gone from so many different clubs to never venture in the BPL, I thought that was interesting. But So that's the first thing that really stands out to me. The second thing is more of a question observation type thing that I was curious your thoughts on. I wonder if certain clubs gain players from certain nations that are outside of the respective nation that which their league is in. So players that are not from France in regards to PSG, or players that are not English in regards to Chelsea. And I wonder if they start to maybe favor players from that nation because, one, they feel it can boost chemistry, and two, they feel like those players are extremely talented. You look at, example, Chelsea, Pedro, Azpilicueta, Costa, Cesc Fabregas, 4 Spanish players, all of them starters for that team. You look at PSG, Lavezzi was great there for a good amount of time. You know, some people feel like he may be on the decline, but Lavezzi was real good. Pastore, that's an up-and-comer who's showing a lot of promise. Di Maria has gone there and has been amazing from the word go, and they're now looking at another Argentinian in regards to Aguero. So I was curious if you noticed that ever, or if you think that maybe is a thing where a certain club feels like they can continuously find success from one nation.
You know, that's actually a really good thought right there. I have not really looked at it that way. In my way, I just was looked at it, you know, they're gonna take players from, like, you know, the big teams that, you know, like even like the top, you know, 3 teams in, you know, whatever league, you know. That was just my thought on how, you know, they would do it, because, you know, Pedro was with Barcelona for quite a while, and they've always been number 1 or number 2 in La Liga for many years, and they've always won a lot. Great success right there. And you know, in my opinion, I just always thought, like, you know, they just look for those players, like, you know, that are always in like the top 3 or top 5, you know, in their league. And, you know, I guess it's like they look at it, whoever isn't really playing on the field as much, that's what they probably look at, like, oh, he's not playing as much, maybe it's an opportunity to snag him from that team.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I think of it, because but what you said, that's actually another great observation too, because I didn't think of it, like, you know, maybe they do favor someone from a different nationality, because, you know, because of the chemistry, like you said.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, you know, it's just, I don't know. I think it's just both. It's just both.
It's a combination of things.
Yeah, it's just probably
right.
both combination of your idea and my idea.
Yeah, I can see that too. Another thing that I do kind of wonder is, you know, if Man City lets Aguero walk, I believe that's Jersey Joe inside. I'd love to know his opinion on the on the situation.
Yeah, no, yeah, for
but
sure.
if they let Aguero walk, where's the replacement? That's a world-class player.
No, yeah, for sure.
I think Aguero starts on just about any team in the entire, you know, in all of Europe. You know, he's one of the best strikers in the world. You know, that's not easily replaceable.
Oh.
You know, I don't know if they're gonna, you know, try to hop on what Man U's been doing and knocking on Bayern's door in regards to Thomas Muller, or maybe a Lewandowski. Although I think his transfer fee, due to his current form, might be absurd. You know, I don't know if they think maybe they can push Sterling to the 9 and make him play striker. I'm not really sure, because that's just not someone you easily replace. Not to mention all of their strikers from last year, other than Boney, are out on loan, which is Jovetic and Dzeko. And I think that's something, you know, that's a big drop off when you lose a guy like Sergio Aguero.
Yeah, for sure.
That's, you know, in my opinion, that's one of their, you know, 2 best players, you know, unless other, you know, between him and David Silva. De Bruyne's on his way, but right now it's, you know, Aguero and David Silva. So I just think that's very interesting too, considering that, you know, City is in the middle of this title run, and obviously the rumors are more on PSG's side, and maybe, you know, City doesn't want to entertain it at all and even make a comment, but I do think that if the move is made, I'd really be very, very interested to see how City responds.
No, yeah, for sure. And yeah, you know, actually, let's leave it at this right now. Let's see if we can get Jersey Joe after this, you know, music break. But yeah, let's just leave that thought right there right now for right now, guys, and we'll come right back and we'll just come back and we'll see if we can get this solved. All right.